Hello everyone, my name is Matt Raih, and today I'll be doing a brief presentation on just-in-time inventory. Just-in-time is an inventory strategy companies employ to increase efficiency and decrease waste by receiving goods only as they are needed in the production process, thereby reducing inventory costs. Depending on the company, the use of production process, manufacturing process, or inventory process are synonymous in the way that they speak to just-in-time. As benefits of just-in-time were occurring, there was a shift away from older just-in-case strategies where producers held large inventories in case higher demand had to be met. So how did just-in-time evolve? It was implemented in Japan during the 1960s following World War II. Because of Japan's constraints on cash and capital, they had to reduce costs to remain competitive in the manufacturing world. Knowing that inventory levels for parts and supplies were kept at a lower level, they had to maintain the highest quality products to avoid defects which could impact their production process. In addition, they also had to maximize production despite space constraints due to limited factory and warehousing facilities. With the success that Japan had, it migrated to the Western industries, with transitions to the United States, where today, most every business utilizes just-in-time inventory or manufacturing to some degree. So today, just-in-time systems are electronic inventory systems that monitor inventory and respond when inventories are low. The advancement in data analytics allows companies to further implement just-in-time with lower risks of running out of supply. So based on forecasting and just the use of analytics for more accurate forecasting, companies now have the ability to set minimum thresholds that would trigger next steps in the process to replenish parts in either their manufacturing, production, or inventory levels. With a strong just-in-time system in place, several advantages can be realized by the business. Shorter production runs allow quick adaptation to changing market conditions. A reduction of cost is realized by decreasing warehousing needs to store large quantities of inventory. There's less capital investment on raw materials, as well as automated processes create efficiencies in the business along with increased accuracy. And lastly, flexibility to make changes to the process can occur due to technology infrastructure that allow adjustments in a timely manner. Conversely, just-in-time inventories provides some unique challenges as well. Any delay from a supplier can impact entire supply chain if alternative supply isn't accounted for, as the process is only as strong as the supplier being relied on. Unexpected spikes in demand are difficult to account for based on lower inventory levels. This results in lost sales opportunity when these spikes occur. And then you look at natural disaster impact. If you have implemented just-in-time strategy that has short lead times, sometimes daily or even hourly, any natural disaster can affect the entire process. For example, with recent floods, winter storms, deliveries have been halted for up to a week or two, which ultimately is going to disrupt your process. A few examples here of companies that have really excelled with their just-in-time inventory controls. Toyota for years has been the model in the automobile industry, with other manufacturers really trying to mimic their position. McDonald's in the food industry. Harley Davidson was an interesting story where years ago this was really one of their weaknesses, but due to restructuring and refocused, they were able to excel with their model and their systems for just-in-time controls. Walmart, as a mass merchant, really known globally as one of the best logistical companies and how they handle inventory. And then Dell with their computer and tech systems for manufacturing. Here are two examples of just-in-time models, one within manufacturing and one within retail and inventory. Toyota, their manufacturing philosophy really evolves around supplying what is needed, when it is needed, and in the amount needed. According to this production plan, it can eliminate waste, inconsistencies, and unreasonable requirements, which will ultimately result in improved productivity, which will benefit the business. Walmart, on the other hand, when you look at retail and their inventory model, it's slightly different in the way that they've organized their model. It's a vendor managed inventory model where suppliers decide when to send additional goods to Walmart, while the company themselves, Walmart, monitors and controls the actual transit of goods from warehouses to the stores. A lot of the data that is communicated back and forth from Walmart and its vendors is accessible on Walmart's platform. So all the data they show visible to their outside vendors, which then correlates to a strength in their vendor managed model. So knowing all this information and the way that the market is changing with the amount of data that we have accessible to us and how we're able to analyze and forecast better, I've got a couple of questions that I'd throw out there for consideration. First, with data analytics advancements and improved accuracies with forecasting, should every company be investing in just-in-time strategies? Are there certain business situations where the risks disadvantages of just-in-time outweigh the potential upsides? And lastly, can older just-in-case strategies be a competitive advantage as everyone seems to be moving to just-in-time strategies? Thanks so much for your attention. Look forward to the feedback. Hope everyone is having a great week.